Do you find yourself struggling to use German words in a sentence or wishing you had someone to practice speaking with? Well, don't worry, because I have an exciting solution for you. Have you ever considered using AI to help you learn German faster and more effectively? Some people may feel hesitant about using AI for their language learning, but it can be a game-changing tool to improve your German skills. Now, if you're wondering, what the heck is she talking about? What is AI? Let me explain. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, and it is when computers are programmed to do things that would normally require human intelligence, like learning, problem solving, and decision making. Using AI as a learning tool can help you in your German language journey in so many ways, and most importantly, make the process more engaging, especially if you're not living in the German-speaking countries or you find it challenging finding a German community in the place where you live. So in today's video, I'll introduce the tools that I found most beneficial. I'll also include a tutorial so you understand how to use it, and we'll also take a look at the pros and cons so you can decide for yourself if you want to give it a try. If you're just as excited as I am about switching up your learning strategies, then give this video a thumbs up. If we haven't met yet, hallo und herzlich willkommen. Mein Name is Salome and I'm a German teacher and polyglot from Frankfurt. The channel Speak Fluent German is dedicated to helping German learners just like you to become confident and conversational. Every week I bring you new lessons with tips and tricks on how to improve your German skills, so if this sounds good to you, then make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my weekly lessons. Alright, bist du bereit? Los geht's! The first tool that we'll take a look at is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an AI language model designed to assist and communicate with users in natural language. It can help you improve your language skills by providing real-time feedback and suggestions on your writing, as well as offering synonym and alternate phrasing options to enhance your vocabulary and expressions. So let's hop on the computer and let me show you how you can use it to practice conversation. Alright, first you want to go to ChatGPT, and I use Google to find the website, and then you click on the first link, introducing ChatGPT, and then you click on try ChatGPT. If you don't have an account yet, you can sign up here. It's completely for free. I already have one, so I'm just going to click on log in. Okay, so this is how it looks like once you have logged in. You don't need any programming or super advanced technical skills in order to use this platform. You see a little send a message box down here where you can simply type in your message or what you want to do with ChatGPT in order to generate a conversation. All right, so let me show you how you can use this platform in order to practice your German skills. So let's say I want to practice a conversation at a coffee shop, like for example, how to order a coffee. I would type that into ChatGPT, and what's important here is that you tell AI that you're the customer and that you start the conversation. If you just type in practice a conversation at a coffee shop, it's going to type out the entire conversation. So we don't want that. We want to have a back and forth with AI. All right, so I'm going to type in practice conversation at a coffee shop with me. I'm the customer and I start the conversation. And then you simply start with a Guten Tag, for example. And then it's going to respond to that. Wie kann ich Ihnen helfen? So how can I assist you? Ich hätte gern einen Kaffee, bitte. Wir haben hier verschiedene Optionen, wie zum Beispiel einen Espresso, Cappuccino or Latte Macchiato. So this is quite convenient because it's already generating the translation for you. So in case there are any new words that you don't understand, make sure you also mark them down to get the most out of this exercise. Ich hätte gern einen Cappuccino. Haben Sie pflanzliche Milch? Do you have plant-based milk? Haben Sie pflanzliche Milch? Ich nehme Hafermilch. I'm going to take oat milk. So, möchten Sie vielleicht noch etwas dazu bestellen, wie ein Stück Kuchen oder ein Croissant? So in this case, I only want my coffee. So I say, nein, danke, das war's. That's it. Vielen Dank. Alright, so that's the end of the conversation. After the conversation, you can also ask ChatGPT for feedback. So you type in, give me feedback on my German conversational skills and suggestions for improvements. Okay, and then it's going to type out a feedback and also some suggestions on how to make the conversation even more smooth or authentic. Obviously, always remember this is still AI. This is not a person who's giving you feedback. So in terms of like authenticity, it's probably a good idea to still double check it with a native speaker. But in case you don't have access to a native speaker, this is still a great way in order to practice putting sentences together and having conversations. You can also take this one step further by reading out the sentences in order to practice your speaking and pronunciation as well. So this is not the only thing that you can use ChatGPT for. You can also use it, for example, to explain certain grammar concepts to you. So let's say you're learning about the German case system and you really can't seem to wrap your head around. You can simply ask ChatGPT to break it down for you. So let's take a look at this example. Explain to me how to use the accusative in German. Alright, so this is the answer that was generated. In German, the accusative case is used to mark the direct object of a sentence, which is the noun or pronoun that receives the action of the verb. So this is pretty accurate. And then it also gives you some guidelines for using the accusative in German. Like, for example, how the articles and the adjectives adapts to the case and the gender of the noun, how the pronouns change, and also it goes one step further and lists out the accusative prepositions even, and it also gives you examples. So this is pretty good if you have an urgent question and you don't necessarily have direct access to a teacher or a tutor, you can go ahead and use that. However, quick disclaimer here, so AI is able to break down and explain the German grammar rules, but it's not that accurate yet with correcting texts. So if you're, for example, writing an essay and you want to correct it for you or give you feedback on it, it's not necessarily 100% accurate. This is important to keep in mind. Another way you can use this platform is for expanding your vocabulary. So let's say you're learning new words around a certain topic of your interest and you want to know words related to that topic. You can also use ChatGPT to list them out for you. Remember, however, when you're looking at vocabulary lists, to also write them in example sentences so you really get the most out of this exercise and you learn the words in context. So let's take a look at an example. So let's say I want to explore the topic free time activities in German a little bit more. I can ask ChatGPT to list out words related to that topic and also write example sentences accordingly. List out 10 common words in German around the topic free time activities and also generate example sentences for each word. Alright, so this is what it generated for me. 10 common words in German related to the topic free time activities and also one example sentence for each of those words. That's perfect. It also gives you the English translation so you can mark this down in your vocabulary list or wherever you organize your vocab right away. For example, Musik. Ich höre gern Musik, wenn ich jogge. Oder hier lesen, which means to read or reading. Ich lese gerne Bücher in meiner Freizeit. I like to read books in my free time. Reisen. Ich möchte gerne mehr reisen und die Welt sehen. I would like to travel more and see the world, and so on. So this is a great way to expand your vocab fast, especially if you have certain topics of your interest and you also want to know how to use them in sentences. While overall there are certainly benefits to using AI for language learning, it's important to keep in mind that there are also some limitations to the program. For instance, I found that it doesn't help with pronunciation, and obviously it's not a substitute for real human interaction, but it can be helpful to practice putting sentences together and boost your confidence before going into a real-life conversation. If you're generally struggling with your confidence in speaking, you definitely want to check out this video right here as well, where I go through how to overcome the fear of speaking in German. Next, we're going to take a look at DeepL Write. Maybe you know DeepL as a translation tool, but it can actually do so much more than just translate. DeepL Write is a writing assistant that uses artificial intelligence to suggest improvements to your writing. It can help improve your language skills by providing suggestions for grammar, spelling, and style, as well as offering synonyms and alternative phrasings to make your writing more clear and concise. With DeepL Write, you can receive feedback on your writing in real time time as well and work towards enhancing your language proficiency. Alright, so we're going to jump back to the computer and I'll show you how to use it. So once again, I go to Google, I type in DeepL Write, and the first link is already the platform that I'm looking for. So with DeepL Write, you can basically improve your German writing. So let's say you have an email where you want to reschedule a meeting with your colleagues and you simply want to improve the wording or the sentence structure of that email. You can put in the original email first that you have written, and then DeepL Write is going to rephrase it a little bit to make it sound more smooth. Alright, so I've already prepared a short email notifying a colleague that I can't participate on Friday's meeting because I have a doctor's appointment. The original email here is: Guten Tag, Herr Müller, ich kann am Freitag nicht teilnehmen, so I can't participate on Friday. Ich habe einen wichtigen Arzttermin. I have an important doctor's appointment. Wäre es möglich, die Besprechung zu verschieben? So would it be possible to reschedule the meeting? Vielen Dank and then beste Grüße. Now on the right side, you have DeepL Write's suggestions. Disclaimer here as well, I would carefully go through each suggestion and really think about, is this going to make the email better, or if this is something you rather not adapt. Like for example, the first one, Guten Tag, Herr Müller, it changed it to Hallo, Herr Müller. In this case, I would actually stick to Guten Tag, Herr Müller, because it's a rather formal email to a colleague. Ich kann am Freitag nicht teilnehmen. It changed it here to Ich kann am Freitag nicht kommen. That also works. Also notice here that it changed the capital I to a small I, so there are some grammar, punctuation, and also spelling corrections. Ich habe einen wichtigen Arzttermin. Wäre es möglich, and here we would need a comma, so this is correct, das Treffen zu verschieben. So instead of die Besprechung, it suggested das Treffen, which also works. Vielen Dank, herzliche Grüße, Tina Schmidt. So instead of herzliche Grüße, you can also say mit freundlichen Grüßen oder einfach nur beste Grüße. So beste Grüße is what I've originally used. Herzliche Grüße just sounds a little bit more nice. Those who know me know that I'm not the biggest fan of the traditional academic way of language learning, and I like to switch things up. But I also don't suggest relying entirely on AI and apps either. In my experience, a good balance between both is what helps students progress the fastest. Plus, you need to keep in mind that there are some limitations to AI. As I mentioned before, it's not a substitute for human interaction and feedback, and it's also limited in contextual understanding. And there is a potential disconnect between language learned through AI and the language used in real-life situations. Therefore, it's really important to supplement AI learning with other resources and opportunities for practice and interaction with native speakers. Let me know in the comments below if you're using AI already or if you would want to give it a try. And if you want to study German with me, make sure to click the link in the description for a free trial of my online course for beginners. I'd love to see you there. In diesem Sinne, das ist alles für heute. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!